All right, everybody right here, let's go. Hurry up, guys, hurry up. Hurry up, Ricky, I'm waiting on you. Let's go. So Marcel, you got to play better. Hey, and we've been a second half team all year long. Y'all know that, haven't you? We've blown everybody out in the second half because of how we hit, how conditioned we are. Don't let them stay on the field while we're out there on defense. Get off the field. Now, let's do now. All year long, put everything you got into this half right here. Let's go, man. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go. Your last half. Your last half of high school football. Let's go now. Let's go blow them out, Chase. Come on. Let's go, Grunt. Let's go.
Third down and 11 for the Archer Tigers. Going back to pass, looking. Quarterback trying to find some room. Throws it deep, got a man downfield. He makes the catch, and he is going to take it in for a touchdown.
Bonner, hey, get it fixed. So that thing we can run it. Yeah, he dropped it. Ball. Go. Get him in. Go. On the motion, we got to come back away from motion. Chase! Water. Hey, watch your trick play. Run it. Get it, go.
22, Saheed King keeps the ball.
Hey, let's score every drive. If we don't get it, I got to punt it. Now let's go. Right here.
Trying to go deep, trying to hit Mark Ron Green.
When you win, everybody loves you. When you lose, everybody finds complaints why you don't win.
No one can imagine how distraught that team was when we lost to Norcross up in Atlanta in 13. When the game, in my opinion, shouldn't have been played. It was in terrible conditions, worst I'd ever played in. And I have played in a few playoff games.
Rush has won, and that has certainly been a plus for him, but certainly that has made this community rally around him because over the years he's been here, he's been a consistent winner, except for the first year, obviously, was a kind of a slow start.
That was bad. That was a hard pill to swallow driving back that day, and 11 was a hard pill to swallow too. And so with those things and those kids being around those years, I think sort of they built a win at all cost mentality between their kids, and it was, you didn't have to tell them to be on time, you didn't have to tell them to go to work, you didn't have to tell them to push themselves. They sort of self-motivated themselves, led by those kids defensively, Barge and Hampton and Reese, and then it caught on. It was just a group of kids that I felt like that was very, very focused on the task in hand, and they would not take no for an answer or not take losing as an alternative. Because every single Friday before we would go out to play, whether we did it here at the field house, in this room, or at the stadium, we would come in this room at 5:15, that's 2 hours and 15 minutes before kickoff, and we would show a highlight tape. Well, at the end of that highlight tape, the very last thing they saw was the final score of last year's semifinal game where we lost 14-9. They didn't want to feel that feeling again. So if you want to call that fear and motivation through fear or horror, that was a motivating factor for this football team. And so when they got on that bus, they didn't want to feel that feeling again.
All good teams begin and end with players. When I got here, it was obvious. Obviously, we had a lot of good athletes, but beyond that, you could see that this was a team that was hungry. prior to me coming, this is a program that's made it to the semifinals, 5 previous years. And the theme at the time was, and was this year, was unfinished business.
Yeah, we go back to where our kids, they grow up in this weight room and they really put a lot of effort and stock into this weight room and the work they put in. And he told me when he hired me that Rush runs this like a college program, as much as he can, as much as he knows. So that means your coaches are going to work and your kids are going to put forth the effort, but when it's all said and done, you're going to win, and you're going to be successful, and you're going to get the kids out of here and get them signed to colleges and get them, out of Moultrie to where they have options and they can come back or they can go, do whatever they need to do. And I think we've shown that we've had success doing that.
It's unbelievable, man. The guy, he knows football, and he knows how to go get the best coaches to make it his job easy. The only thing he has to do is just put us in the right position to be able to travel and do the things we do, and he just sit back and watch us coach, and that's what I really love about him, that he let us coach our position. He don't intervene on what we got going on because he believes in us, because that's why he hired us.
The issue is this: legally, we can't practice it.
You always think you're going to be successful and you wouldn't take the job. I knew how competitive South Georgia was. I mean, I came to South Georgia because I believe that it's football. There's a lot of passion about football and great tradition down here, and, just grew up knowing a lot of people here.
It's very rewarding because you get to see, I guess, the behind the scenes of what it takes to actually make the machine go.
Our kids really just work extremely hard. I think there's 5 things that we do. Number 1, personally, I think we have a very good coaching staff.
Rush Propst attracts outstanding coaches. He knows that, and then people see this and they know his reputation, and then they're gonna want to come in here and recruit and try to hire coaches from his staff because they have been not only successful, but they work. They know how to work.
Number 2, I think our strength program has really been enhanced. And then I think the next things are that we do a really good job of nutrition. I think that that's something that high schools don't do. I think that's something that my wife, along with her selected group of mothers, have come in here and done a great job. We have a cafeteria in our back, and we feed our kids 2 and 3 times a day.
The nutrition that we do here, the workouts we do here, the whole program, I think that's something to be said about our conditioning and our athletes. I mean, we didn't have one cramp all year.
The other thing I think's been huge for us is our video technology, and that we're ahead in that part also. When you used to, you'd come in on a Friday night after the ball game and you'd look and grade the tape and you go, why did this happen or why did I do that? You shouldn't do that anymore. All that should be done during the game. And you can watch the game as the game's going on. And then the last thing I think has been big for us has been the Marine Center. The rehab our athletes get is professionally done by the people down there with Scott Romanowski and Brittany Mobley and that training staff down there that's a part of that Marine Center is amazing at what our people can do to get our athletes back on the field faster. I don't think we got the best facilities in Region 1. I don't think we've got the most money of people in Region 1. But those 5 things that I just credited are the reason we're winning.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, glory, forever and ever. Amen. Hey man, look, it's domination, it's overwhelm, it's dominate. And I'm just telling you now, make a statement. Make a statement.
The Packers of Colquitt County
I think they matched up with us pretty good. They had a big offensive line. I mean, they were physical up front and good running back. Not a great back, but a good back. I think he ended up signing with Appalachian State. And the quarterback was real good. He was a good football player. So, and he had that one good wide out that burned us on the post route. So we knew offensively they would move it on us some.
That ball, number 24, Jonathan Hawkins. Game 2 of day 2, Metro PCS 2014 Coach Propst Classic. Those Creek fans, let me hear ya. Those Creek fans, let me hear ya.
The other side of the ball, defensively, we knew they had changed defense coordinators, and that sort of we went into that game blind a little bit.
Tackle for a loss, number 6, Gerard Butler.
Three backs in the backfield. Quarterback rolls. Now comes back this way, throwing it toward the end zone. Got a man out there, and he makes the catch, touchdown, and they give it to him coming this way. Now reverse. Now back to the quarterback. He's got a man wide open down there, and he makes the catch, and they're going to score, and it's going to be 13.
But at the end of the day, I thought we played pretty good, and we came back in the second half. We were down at halftime, obviously, and but I think at the end of the day, the reason we won that football game more than anything was just we were in better condition.
Chase calls for it. Another running play coming this way. Tries to cut in the middle. He is going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. That was Tyree. And takes it in. Another running play to Saheem. Saheem breaks through the middle. Saheem gone. He's gone. Saheem takes it in. Touchdown. They wasn't going to get it. 36-yard run. Saheem now close to 150-yard rushing in the game.
We were the only team there at the Colquitt that did not have somebody to cramp. Every other team battled the cramp issues, and we did not. And I think that's a testament to how we treat our kids with our nutrition, and how we handle with the hydration, and how our doctors and our sports medicine staff handles our kids prior to the game and at halftime. So I feel like a lot of credit's got to be given to them, those people. I mean, I think it has to fall back on the nutritional things that we did, and that was probably the reason we won the football game. Oh, it was a huge ball game. I mean, I didn't want to feel like, I did not want to have to live with my career with 2 losses to that group. I mean, I felt like going into the deal, I'd spent 9 years of my life there, 7 state title games and 5 championships, and I knew how bad that program was when we got there. It was terrible. They had been 3-7, 3-7, and 4-6. And we go 7-3 the first year and then win the state title and went on a heck of a run. So that stamp.
You built that program.
Right.
You built that house, so
Right,
to speak.
I did. And Josh has done a good job to keep it there because he's won several state titles too. And it's kept at that peak.
Go. Shine on 3, baby. Shine on 3. Shine on. 1, 2, 3. Shine. Let's go.
I know you're jacked, I know you're ready to go now, but it's still a game of prep. Read your keys, know what you're trying to see. You know, they're not all that jacked up, they're more business-like, but they know it's a long war ahead of them now. And I think the biggest thing with us is we got to understand it for 4 quarters.
So I felt like that if I could make a difference and put a stamp on it, that we down here in South Georgia could play with them and beat them, it would give us great satisfaction. And personally for me, yes, it gave me great satisfaction.
pass. Look, here comes pressure. A little screen pass across the middle. Hoover Propst. Green trying to find his running room. Breaks to the outside. There goes Saheem King. Saheem King. No, it wasn't. It was Ty Lee, I believe. Ty Lee took it in. Ty Lee played big again.
Hey, it's about how you respond. You were down 4 points last week and you responded. Now it's about responding. Hey, it's always play the next play. Play the next play.
Because we had great leadership. I mean, it's just a privilege just to play with the type of guys I played with this year, because we never took days off. We went hard. We pushed each other. We fought. We cried together. We lead together. We just did everything as a unit.
They give it to Saheem again, diving in there for the first down and forward. Saheem may break it again. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Saheem. Saheem just broke it again for another 36-yard touchdown run. Saheem King has had 2 long runs for touchdown.
I think it gave us a lot of confidence too. I think our football team now knew they could play with the top team in the country, and I think they'd heard too much about Hoover. I had buried it in their brains so much about it. I think they just got tired of me talking about Hoover, and they were ready to unload on them, and they did. And I think we would have beat anybody in the country that night. Anybody. I don't care if it had been Bishop Gordon or Gordon Bishop, however they say it. I don't care if it's Allen, Texas, or that particular night. I told several people back at the field house we would have beat anybody tonight across the country.
Never live in a better time of your football life. Never.
Or the wide delay, which wide delay? It's just turned into an unbelievable rivalry. You know, Randy does such a great job, and I think that their program is one of the tops in this country. They've won 3 state titles.
Breaks loose, got some running room. He is going to go right down the middle of the field. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Desmond Cook.
Chase! Be smart now, be smart.
Receivers this side, he's back to pass. Quarterback keeps it, goes in there, Chase Perry takes it over.
Next play. Time out! Can't let that 3 come back and bite us. And we screwed up some offensively too. We missed some balls. But look, guys, we've been a second half team all year long. We're coming out and dominated people in the second half. We not. All year long. And I'm talking about dominated people.
Best coach in America. Like, everybody talks about how rowdy he is and how he yells. I love it. Even if you're playing teams, it's like, well, they're supposed to beat them by 50. He don't see that. Every team is the #1 team in America.
The play is going to be on the 2-yard line, still 4th down.
Running back, gets it, trying to find some running room, breaks through there. Looks like Saheem King's in the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Saheem just takes it in. No flags down this time, and Saheem King just took it in 63 yards.
But once he got rolling, and of course, when you win, the enthusiasm builds and builds. And I tell you, if you look at our booster club, how it's grown, and the dollars that have gone into the booster club, I think speaks well again of how much this community supports Rush and supports this program.
If our energy level is at an all-time high for 15 weeks, we're going to be 15-0. Y'all realize there's only 4 teams left in the state of Georgia undefeated. That's it. 2 of them are right here tonight.
Saheem King in the backfield. Saheem gets it this time, trying to find some running room. Saheem breaks loose. Saheem's already down at the 5. Saheem's going to take it down in the end zone. Saheem takes it in from 18 yards out. Saheem King puts the pack up.
Okay, run it now, run. I thought you made the right call. And he was started out, and he just found an open seam and just set it down. He's doing exactly what I do to us. I throw every snap. Well, right tackle ain't bad. Hey, walk it out right here now. Let's go. Walk it out. Love it. God almighty. Let's go score. Let's go score. Let's go score. Let's go score.
Saheem King in the backfield with Chase. Comes back to throw, looking. Throws it downfield, going to be complete. And on his feet, trying to find some room. Going down the sideline, Marquand Green
Marquand Green's going to take it all the way in. Touchdown, Pack.
Ace comes up looking to throw, trying to throw it deep.
You got Keel Pollard down there. Keel makes the catch. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. And that's a 35-yard touchdown pass for Keel Pollard.
Smart. Comes up looking to throw it. Throws it out completely to Keel Pollard.
Keel Pollard's got it. Keel Pollard's going to take it in the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Keel Pollard just took it in from 18 yards out. And the Pack leads now by a score of 27-7, point after coming.
This is why you come to Boston High School. And I'm going to say this like I've been telling offensive guys, it ain't about them, it's about you. You wear this on your chest. And I guarantee you that's on their mind over there. It ain't about them, it's about you. And everybody love who? Wildcats.
Okay, man. I ain't gonna stand up here a long time, okay? There ain't no need to stand up here a long time tonight and get you going tonight. Because if you ain't ready to play tonight, something's wrong with you.
Perfection. Perfection, and the only way we can get to this deal is got to get this one tonight.
There's been a lot made out of the 1 versus 3 and all of that stuff, 2 undefeated teams and all that. But man, the bottom line is once that ball's kicked, okay, it's gonna be you versus that guy that's lined up against you.
When we go out on that field, and they run on our end of the field and they do all that mouthing, don't even look over there. Don't look at them. Don't say a word to them. Don't say a word to them. Don't look over there.
Okay? All that other crap goes right out the window and it becomes football once again. Okay? And your job tonight is to collectively, each one of you, whoop the guys lined up in front of you. Okay? And if you do that, I promise you, after 48 minutes, you're going to be a smiling bunch.
You do it with your headgear and your shoulder pads and not your mouth.
Again, like Coach said just a minute ago, and what we've been preaching about all year long, okay, this is about us. It's about us.
Now, by God, you beat people with a headgear and a shoulder pad and by thinking with your brain and playing how you're prepared to play.
It's not about a bad...
We've won one game there. We won my second year here. We won there in 09, 14-7. And then obviously we had lost about after 10, 11, and 12.
Tonight. Okay, let's go. Let's go with it. Stop it. It came off that close.
You just got to open your eyes and see it now.
Play wide gun, P68, Z glance, X dagger. Kick it.
Field goal, field goal.
God almighty.
.41, 41, run it, 41.
I go lead far gun, 69, 01, ready?
All right, let's go to do the green fire cross right.
Tilt. They're going to drop 40, I would think.
I like zone left, right over here.
Let's get the substitution squared away. Hold him.
Good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, good job.
Defense, Wildcats, defense! Defense, Wildcats, defense!
I need
somebody else up there, right? Hey, listen, don't forget.
It'd been since '09 when we beat them. And to beat them 2 years in a row is great satisfaction, to beat a team that's got the name of Valdosta. But more importantly, to win over there is a huge feat, I think.
Sometimes you find the most out about yourself and about a football team when you don't get what you want.
You know, I thought both teams played hard. Both teams made mistakes, but, you know, we just came out on top tonight.
We'll break the film down over the weekend. I know that there's a lot of things that we can do a whole lot better, but you're going to have to play about a perfect game, you know, with them, and they've just got a special bunch they do this year, and, you know, hopefully we'll get another shot at them somewhere down the road.
First, let's take care of first things first. It's been 15 years since Colquitt County has won a region championship. 1999. It's been that long. So we really started talking to our kids about, let's win the region first. We're one game away from doing that. We hadn't done it yet, and we still got a tall order in front of us, but we hadn't done that yet. First of all, I was shocked at the number of people that went to the game, but our people just travel so well. And I mean, I think our football team really sensed that. You know, when we went out and was in the first half, you know, it was back and forth a little bit, you know, and in the second half, but our kids, at halftime, all the kids were talking about is what a huge crowd was there to support them, and the region championship was on the line. I think we went out second half. I think it was going to be our football game. I felt real good about how we were going to progress in the second half. And obviously, I think they answered the first drive, and then after that, it was all us.
First offensive play of the ball game. Coming in motion this way, Shaheem King comes up, throws it out to Shaheem, trying to find a little running room. Shaheem comes in there, he's got 5, he's got 10, he's got 15, he's got 20, he's in the 50, he's in the 40, he's in the 30, he's in the 20, he's in the 10. Shaheem King just took it in. Shaheem with 80 yards on the first play on a little swing pass, and the Pack goes up 6-0.
We're out of bounds now. But don't leave it inside with the safety unit, depending on what he does. You lay it where he gets. If he bails on you hard and you can't get over the top, then we'll throw the back shoulder throw.
I honestly believe this is the best staff I've been on in my 6 years here. Not maybe as far as, you know, we have great coaches, but the camaraderie that we've had between offense and defense, there was never any headbutting or, you know, well, you guys didn't do this and we didn't do this, but then it trickles down to the kids. And I think the kids feed off the coaches. And if they see the coaches are together and the coaches have good scheme and they have a good idea of what they're doing, then they're going to buy into it. Say what you want, and, you know, I've been here, I guess, before Rush was sick and after he came back from his bout with cancer. And there is a definite, you know, he's still demanding and he's still going to get the best out of you and he's still going to make you work and make you do your job to the best of your ability. You know, he always tells us good coaches make kids better than they really are.
It's execution, fundamentals, catching a ball from a defensive guy, offensive guy, executing up front, being aware, and doing what you're coached to do. Doing what you're coached to do.
Shaheem calls for it. Shaheem takes it, rushes up in there. Shaheem's got a first down and more. He may break it. Shaheem's gonna break it. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Pack. What a great run right up the middle by Shaheem.
We had a good chance of winning a lot of football games because Coach Propst felt like if you could beat Hoover, that you could beat a lot of teams in our region and then hopefully, you know, get into the playoffs, which we did. So,
but I do believe here is that we've taken the lemon and got every drop out of it in every avenue in which we go into. And I think our kids give us everything they've got. They persevered. They could have got distraught. They could have, and give up, after so many close calls for 5 straight years. We've been right there knocking on that door, but it's just this group of kids was not going to be denied.
And we have a lot of average kids, and you look at that with the recruiters coming around. I mean, we have maybe 2 or 3 D1 kids, and then a bunch of great players or good players that are made great by who they are playing for. And when you go back and just look at what Rush brings to that, he's going to make you do the best that you can with everything you've got.
Well, the team had a chance to be special, and we knew that. Because anytime you go 15-0, not only do you have to be good, you got to be a little bit lucky along the way, and some breaks have got to go your way.
Togetherness now, brotherhood. Listen to me. Do not defensively let them dictate the games. The first quarter of this ball game is about setting the tempo that we want to play. You got that lineman over too. Is the guy over close to you? What is he?
I sort of was worried about the Q all week because they were unconventional in the means. What I mean is, I think them and Milton both tried to expose us more so than anybody else. If we had a weakness this year, just run the ball right at us.
And they hand it off to a back headed that way, and he cuts up, he fights in there, and he is in the end zone.
They're not even covering the nub back the other way. That's unbelievable. Right back.
Going back to pass. Lugo keeping it himself. Lugo looking. Lugo rushed outside. Lugo's going to come up, and he's going to dive toward the corner of the end zone, and he's going to be in.
The game is right here, in this series right here on defense.
I-backs directly behind him. Now a man switches to the far side, and they hand it off to a back headed that way, and he cuts up. He fights in there, and he is in the end zone. Another touchdown. That was Brashear on the carry. And just like that, they go up by a score of 19-0 with the point after.
Except for the fast. Yeah, the fast stuff, I agree. Yeah, any of that, yes. But I'd stay away from as much quick game and throw the ball down the field. Let's chunk it up and try to move in chunks.
When they went up 21-0, I was relaxed and calm. That was the first time me ever just staying calm, because I told the coaches, I said, we got this game. This 21-0 in the first quarter. The game played in 4 quarters. I said, we're going to be okay.
We've got to be better on third down. We've got to tackle better. We've got to get that fixed. We got to get that.
We would never see our kids. I think our coaches would get more upset than the kids because they just knew they need to go. And they, like I said, Bull and Saheem, there's a few times where Rush would be talking, and Bull and Si would just stand up and coach, it's okay, we got it.
I'd really go razzle-dazzle. Which one would you like?
Give it off to Saheem, trying to find a room. Saheem breaks through there, and Saheem has scored. Great run by Saheem King, just took it in.
Now advantage goes back to us here.
Saheem gets it. Saheem trying to find some room, cuts inside. He's at the 10, he's at the 5. Saheem just takes it in. Touchdown, Pack. Pack goes up by 43-23, point after coming.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Chase takes it, gives it off to Saheem. Saheem broke through again. He's gone. Saheem just scored his 5th touchdown of the night. Great run by Saheem, makes it 50-30 with the point after coming.
But it's sort of like a category 2 or 3 hurricane. You batten down the hatches and sort of weather the storm, and you'll be okay. And that's sort of what it was. We just sort of weathered the storm. And then we got to get it into our game plan. We got some things. I thought our defense staff did an outstanding job of adjustments and getting some things defended. And then offensively, I knew we'd get rolling pretty good, and we did. And end up winning the game, pretty good.
Most physical game I ever played in was when we played Milton. Every lick was hard from either their side or our side. Like that was like one of the most physical games.
We've talked about this. We've been a great second half team, and I'm appreciative because that's the work that you put in means that your body is ready to play forever. And it's been proven time after time after time. If we'll just eliminate the bad plays and the mistakes early, we can put 2 first halves together, a first and a second half, and play the perfect game that you're looking to play. That is what you're striving to do tonight, is play the perfect play.
Saheem lines up behind Chase Parrish. Saheem gets it. Saheem trying to cut up in there. Saheem's headed down there. Saheem on his feet, dives in the end zone. Chase Parrish takes it, looking to throw it. He throws it over here complete to Keel Pollard. Keel fight for the end zone. He's in there, touchdown. Keel Pollard in the pack goes up.
Hold on, let them line up. Hold on, let them get lined up. Hold on. Go.
Chase takes it, going back to pass, looking. Now tries to go deep, trying to find Marquand Green, who makes the catch. Marquand Green trying to pull away. Marquand does. Marquand's going to take it in. Touchdown Pack. And let's look for flags. No flags on the field, and Marquand just takes it in from 41 yards out. And Isaiah Thomas threw a great block for him.
The thing you've got to guard against in the championship game, and I've been in 9 of them, is you will lose focus quicker that week than any other week. Because there's so much build up to winning and being to the championship game. It's sort of when you get to the finish line and you see the finish line, you let up and you go, whew, we're there, but you're really not there. I've seen it happen to us before, and you got to guard against that. And it's more with your coaches and everybody. It's trainers, coaches, everybody is sort of, we're at the end now. We know next week we're going to have some downtime, and we're going to play the game and get ready to play, but we're not turning. You got to stay on top of everybody, even more so in those last week, to me, as you do any week during the year.
You know, my first year here, we went to the Dome and lost. So that was the feeling that I had. And to go there with this team, knowing that, you know, you're 14-0, you're about to go for a perfect season, they weren't going to get this close again and not come out a winner.
Play in about 8:15. That's
Hey,
about
that first group.
That's
Okay,
about
stretching you
40
do,
minutes.
done,
We played
release.
40 minutes.
You can't control what's going to happen up in Atlanta. You're not going to improve much more than where we are, but I still think if we can improve 10%, because I can go back and I got 10 snaps from the Valdosta game. There's 10 plays that we need to eliminate. 10 plays. Let's get it down to where it's only 2 or 3 plays that are negative for us. And if we can do that, and make our kids understand that, I think we got a great chance.
When we win, we're going home and celebrate, probably around the square. When we win.
Go Pack, go!
I'm the #1 Packer fan.
All right. How do you think this game's going to go?
We're going to win and we're going to be state champions.
27. I love you, Tyson.
I love you, Tyson.
Power and glory forever, amen. All right, so let it be our finest hour. Our finest hour. Hey, let's play the best football game, not only that you've played, that's been played in this state in a long time. You want people to talk about this game for the next 50 years. About them being in the Dome in 2014 on December 13th and about the Colquitt County Packers. Here's what you got to do. You got to open this up. You got to open this up for me.
I think the game goes down to one of those preparation things. Coach Bennett, our offensive line coach, obviously does a great job. I mean, I think in the state championship game, when you can get the ball with 4 minutes and 48 seconds, and you know you can consistently move the chains and make plays, and that's based on adjustments and what you're seeing on the field.
Near side. Back to pass again, looking, steps up in the pocket, trying to go deep, trying to hit Marquand Green down the sideline. Tarn makes it, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown.
Go look at it on iPad.
Pull up that play that he ran the mid zone.
Okay.
Keep the pressure on him.
Ball.
Man goes in motion to the far side to give it the ball. He's trying to go outside. He cuts back inside. He's going to take it to the house, and he takes it in for the score.
That's all right. That's okay. That's okay. Score every drive. Let's score every drive. Score every drive. Suck it up now. Hey, we all right? Now suck it up. Got to suck it up. If you catch it, you didn't go deep enough.
I did.
Because you catch it, you're going to be 2 yards short.
Going back to pass, looking. Quarterback trying to find some room. Throws it deep, got a man downfield. He makes the catch, and he is going to take it in.
Really electric atmosphere. I mean, we have wonderful fans. I mean, when you are in a city 4 hours away and you're in a Georgia Dome and your team has filled 2 levels.
The support, looking up in the stands and seeing that Georgia Dome filled with, Packer faithful. The community every year just amazes me of how much they support this team.
There's 46,000 people live in this community. Yeah, and you got a third of them there. Well, Gary Phillips told me it's the biggest crowd to ever watch a state playoff championship game that he had seen since they've had the championship games in the Dome.
He takes it in, touchdown on 2nd and goal. Saheem gets it this time, and Saheem dives in the end zone, touchdown.
Last second tips off. I'm looking on the field, I'm looking at Saheem. He's just staring at me smiling. And I turn around and the crowd just cheering. And it's like it didn't feel real.
Down to 14 seconds to go, and the Pack don't have to do another one. And I tell you what, this team has just gone 15-0 and won the state championship. And Saheem King has set all kind of records tonight. And this team has completed a perfect season. They defeat the Archer Tigers by a score of 28-24. You don't get any better than this.
Jim Durwood, Coach, God Almighty, thank you and congratulations. It's a long time coming and great for our city, great for our county. 15-0 and finally bringing it back. Look at this great fan base.
Hey, it's been like that all night, as you very well know.
Unbelievable. Hey, tell them I love them and appreciate it. This one's for y'all.
Coach, here it is. Raise it up, Coach. Raise that thing up.
It was one of the best feelings you'll ever have. I mean, it's nothing like your first one, but this was my first one in this state, and it was special now.
You talk to them after the game, and they thank God. They thank the offensive line. They thank their brothers, their friends, on that team. They were so close. And let me tell you something else. They all love one another. Is it harder to repeat? Absolutely, it's tough because the target's on your back. And we've probably got more, quote, Division I players this coming year than we've had in the past, but we still got some holes to fill. So it's the good thing we hadn't lost our staff. Everybody's sort of staying here. There's something special, I think.